Seriously, anything that comes with a case like that means serious business. Hello, what is up guys? I'm your host Gordon and welcome to another one of my videos. What I got over here is a FL-G02 laser tag blaster. So if you guys are actually familiar with the name, previously I actually did a video review of the FL-G01 and this is like the updated version, which is the FL-G02, but not too much of an update because this is basically a whole different segment as compared to this. This over here is a shell ejecting dart blaster, but this over here is a shell ejecting laser tag, which means that this blaster over here fires absolutely nothing. There is no barrel in there. This is basically just a laser with the shape of a Glock. That's all thanks to Mac Potato, of course, for helping me to send in this blaster for today's review. I mean, the last time I review a laser tag blaster is the CZ Shadow over here, which is also a shell ejecting laser tag blaster. More on that later. So if you guys are interested with one of these, all the necessary information will be provided in the description down below. In the box, we got the blaster itself, a pair of magazines, some weights, a bag of hardware, 7 shells, and a manual. To put on the weights, we will have to remove the cover below the grip by taking out this screw. Pull out the cover, sleeve in the weight, and screw it back in place. Oh, do remember to screw up the front as well with the provided screws. As for this weighted magazine piece, you will have to remove the cap under the magazine and slide in the weighted piece in place. The blaster uses this kind of shells. This is how you put the shells into the mag. Put in the mag, test out the shell ejectings, and this is how the blaster looks like with everything installed. Okay, first look at the blaster. As you can see, the aesthetic of the blaster is definitely a Glock. And this is no normal Glock. Well, based on the writings on the blaster over here, this is a Taran tactical Glock. There's literally Taran tactical logos and Taran tactical wordings all over the blaster. I'm not too sure if this is a licensed product. I can't really find any information online about this blaster. Well, maybe if you guys can find any information about this blaster, feel free to leave in the comment section down below. The entire build quality of the blaster is very similar with the previous FL-G01, just that this is more of a premium version because it comes with a lot of weighted parts. For example, the magazine over here actually comes with a weighted piece over here to increase the weight of the blaster, of course, and it also comes with a weighted sleeve over here, which is located below the grip over here to, of course, add in more weight. That's the entire goal. You need more weight. More weight means more happiness. But it felt kind of funny because most of the weight actually concentrated below the blaster over here, so it is kind of a back heavy. And of course, as usual, this blaster comes with slide lock mechanism, so when your magazine are empty, when you try to fire the blaster, the slide will automatically lock itself. To release the slide, just pull down the lever over here, just like so. Let us do a little bit of shell ejecting goodness. Oh yeah! I do get this question many times, so when the slide is locked, can we actually pull the slide to release the slide lock? The answer is no, but you can actually fake one though. You can actually put your finger at the slide release lever over here, fake pull the slide over here, which is gonna look a little bit something like this. Yeah, now that's cool. We'll try that out on the demo later. Just like the previous FL-G01, the blaster comes with a lot of metal parts. The trigger safety, the mag release button, the slide release, the laser holder inside of the Glock. We'll get inside later on. Yes, this is actually a blaster that you can take apart. It's made out of metal. And of course, the entire body of the blaster is made out of nylon. Very high quality. Really like the texture of the blaster. The grip of the blaster, very comfortable. The trigger pull of the blaster, in my opinion, the trigger pull is actually stiffer than the previous CZ Shadow over here. So you might need to put in some finger strength in order to fire the blaster. On the exterior of the blaster, if you look closely at the front of the blaster, it comes with a fiber optic sight, which is a good thing. It does not come with a fiber optic rear sight, but there is actually places for you to put in an RMR sight. Okay, regarding the blaster disassembly, first of all, we have to get something really thin to poke this pin out of the blaster. A little bit something like this. There goes the pin. Slide it to the front and pick it out. As you can see in the slider, the laser unit is actually located in there. The entire blowback and sliding mechanism is actually made out of metal, which is very cool. Well, that explains the weight though. I'm curious, is this interchangeable? Let us try. Well, apparently it is actually interchangeable. So in order to put it back together, just align it with the blaster just like so. Poke in the pin. and you are good to go. And here's the funny thing, guys, even though that the slide is actually interchangeable, but the FL-G02 over here actually uses different shells. Like, this is the shell of the FL-G01, and this is the shell of the FL-G02. It is slightly fatter and shorter. And strangely enough, if we actually load in the different shells into the FL-G01 magazine, and here's the thing, when we try to fire the blaster, the shell ejecting actually works. Okay, now let us talk about the laser tag mechanism. If we actually compare both of these blasters, which is the FL-G01 and the CZ02 over here, in order to activate the laser, the slide will have to travel backwards in order to activate the laser. But for the Glock over here, when you pull the slide backwards, it do not activate the laser. In fact, it will only activate the laser when the slide slides forward. Just like so. And what actually surprises me, the laser only pops out for a very short period of time, more like a 0.2 or 0.5 seconds, and it just vanished. Like, logically, you would think that when the slide actually hits some sort of a button in front of there, like the laser will constantly turn on, but surprisingly enough, it only appears for 0 point something seconds. Like, I don't know how this whole thing actually works, but yeah, it actually works though. To me, I personally prefer this kind of a mechanism. To me, this is kind of a power saving in a way. Like for the CZ Shadow over here, it will constantly stay on. Like, what if you forget to release the slide? Well, in comparison between the CZ Shadow and the Glock over here, I personally would really like the trigger pull sensation of the CZ Shadow 2 over here because it's way lighter to pull. For the Glock over here, some finger strength is needed, probably is because of the way heavier slide over here because of all the metal parts. But overall, in terms of build quality, I personally would prefer the Glock over here. Other than that, the grip of the blaster, very comfortable. Picatinny situation, we got a tiny roll of Picatinny rail under there for your, you know, flashlight or laser or something like that. Well, I don't recommend putting another laser below there because this is a laser tag. You are supposed to hit a laser target, which is this little guy over here. Let me show you that. Yep, that's how it works. So I guess without further ado, let us go test the blaster out. Probably just a little bit of demo because we can't really fire anything out there. So yep, let us get the testing going. Okay, we are back, guys. So the performance of the blaster is actually pretty good, but I actually have nothing to say about the performance because this blaster does not fire anything other than laser. So if you guys really insist on the FPS result for this blaster over here, I would say the speed of light. Wait, what? You want the exact number for it? So for the speed of light, if we calculate in 1C, is going to be 983,571,056 FPS. So in terms of accuracy, we have absolutely no accuracy problem because laser just literally go as straight as it can get. I mean, come on, man, it's laser. It is going to be like laser straight. You know what I'm saying? Laser straight, no pun intended. And of course, so far, overall, operating this blaster, I did not encounter any jams, which is a good thing. Just that when firing this blaster, I felt that the trigger pull is a little stiffer than the CZ Shadow. Everything works perfectly fine. The slide lock works perfectly fine. The blowback is smooth. The shell ejecting is smooth. Slide release works perfectly. And will this blaster pass us the wall test? And of course the answer is a big yes. I mean, take a look at the aesthetic of this blaster over here. So yep, I guess this is a very short video. If you guys like this kind of content, feel free to smash the like button. And I'll be posting content every Saturday, probably once in a while on Wednesday. So do remember to click on the subscribe button as well as the notification bell. So yep, Gordon's checking out and I'm going to see you guys in the next video. Adios, guys!